that's so shiny. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be. In whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be. In whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral disorder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being shiny. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie.
Hi, everybody. We are back. Welcome to another edition of Higurashi When They Murder. We are on the time-wasting arc. As always, I'm... That's literally what it's called.
Yes, that is my arc of my life. Yes,
That is
yes.
the... That's literally what it's called.
Didn't the intro say something like, you can skip this?
Something like that, but, I mean, it's short enough. Let's fucking 100% this fucking game.
Arc. Got it.
Not so much
Yeah,
the filler arc.
they already dropped some tidbits on us about
Yeah, it sets up some
Rika.
stuff. Yeah, it sets up things.
True,
It's not complete waste.
I mean, not all filler arcs are waste.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, as always, I'm joined by David and Kayla. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Kayla.
And I am David.
Together they are Kayla and David.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
So, last time so we're playing a detective guy from Tokyo who should be at home with his fucking wife who is about to give birth, but no, he has to go deal with some shit in Hinamizawa because of the damn construction project.
Oh my god, that was a lot of lightning.
Okay, well...
Sorry.
Shiro-sama does not want you to
Oya
be rude
Shiro.
about the construction project, alright?
Apparently, Shiro-sama has spoken.
God damn. Uh-huh. So, we, went to Hinamizawa to deal with the whole, like, construction minister or whatever, the director or whatever. Government guy's grandson got kidnapped.
The Minister of Construction,
Thank
I
you.
believe is his title.
Minister of Construction. Got kidnapped, probably by the Sonozaki family or someone associated with them, to deal with the dam and strong-arm them into stopping it. So he went to investigate and met up with ACAB, Oishi, the cop, who said that he'd gotten him in touch with some informants in Hinamizawa for a price for his mahjong debts. That ACAB. So, then he decided to go undercover, quote unquote, as a photographer, like a nature photographer, and met Rika, who is asleep, and now he thinks that Rika would be like the perfect, what he hopes his daughter will be in the future. And so they went all around, and then they took him to the shrine to talk to the other, like, head honchos in the village and to see a lookout spot, and then Rika dropped some creepy shit on his ass and told him to go back to Tokyo. Like, now. And then went back to normal Rika, and everything was fine. But now he's got to deal with that shit, and I think that's where we left off. We got some,
I think she also threatened him a bit.
A little bit.
Like subtle threats, but yeah.
Like subtle threat. Go back to Tokyo or bad things will happen, essentially.
Or you will die, I think was really what she said.
I don't think she said, or you'll die. I think it just said, like, you're going to regret it.
That's true. I really think he's gonna die just because he posed as a photographer in Hinamizawa. Which
That,
hot
that doesn't end
photographer
well.
son.
He can't die though. We already saw his flashback from like several years later at the beginning of this arc.
Oh,
That's true. So yeah, he's okay.
That's true. That's okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm,
You're right. You're right.
So I guess we will find out what the fuck that's all about. So let us continue. With chapter 3. No, I literally just... There we go. Continue. The phone suddenly rang. I woke up in a hurry. The clock read 9 p.m.
Damn it! I slept past the time I was supposed to report in.
I picked up the receiver.
Akasaka-sama, you have a call from outside line. Shall I connect you? It's from a coworker named Kano-sama.
I knew it. Oh, actually, Wait, is my mic not... Okay, so it is good. Okay. Knew it. I didn't call it in so they'd phone me.
Sorry, please put them through.
Understood. I'll connect you. So please hang up the receiver for the time being.
After I'd put down the receiver for a few seconds, the phone began to ring again. Ah, the 80s!
Yes, hello? This is Akasaka.
Akasaka-kun, this is Kano. Good work out there. You didn't call in for your regular report, so we called instead. What's your situation?
Leaving the lecture for later, my senior coworker got straight to the point.
Today I went to the village proper. Under the guise of a tourist, I managed to establish contact with the mayor and several other members of the Defense Alliance. I wasn't able to ask them anything, but I left a good impression and was able to make a bridge for my investigation from tomorrow onwards.
I see. Looks like things are going smoothly. Akasaka-kun, you seem rather naive sometimes, but that might just have worked in your favor. I guess you made some good progress for now.
I don't have the experience to make a comparison, so I don't know if that's good or not. I think things went well for today, though.
Did you find out anything from the prefecture or local offices? Does it look like the Onigofuchi Defense Alliance is unrelated to this incident?
I still didn't... I still didn't know. I should have been able to say that immediately. I only had to say that, but for some reason, I hesitated.
I'm still investigating, so I don't know what to say yet.
I see. Could you let us know as soon as possible? I think you understand, but after tonight, it'll have been a full 4 days since the kidnapping happened. Then instead of time limit, it's obvious that time is not on our side. I think you know that.
Yeah, I know. I'll investigate a little quicker while still being careful about it.
Okay. Be sure to look after yourself. You're dealing with a violent organization here. It might be dangerous to let your guard down. If you feel that you're in danger, contact me immediately. In that case, I can help the local public safety office prepare to help you.
Thank you. I'll do my best.
Anything else to report?
I reported several bits of supplementary information, and at the very end, I decided to ask.
How's the investigation going on your end?
Everyone's doing their best here, but we're not making much progress. After all, the number of organizations we're investigating is vast. So if you find out the one you're investigating is in the clear, we'll have you return to Tokyo to assist some of the other officers. Your chief is saying to dig up what you can on Onigofuchi, but I don't think a residential anti-dam protest group has any relation to the incident at hand. Sending somebody out just to investigate a single group makes me cringe, really.
Cringe.
So cringe.
So
Sending
very
somebody out to
cringe.
investigate.
Investigating. That's not what we do at the police.
Why would we investigate?
All right. At this point, he was just complaining. A cab. He was telling me to stop taking time enjoying my trip, to finish up and get back quick. I mean, to be fair, you do kind of need to get back quick for your fucking wife, asshole.
Try and resolve this as soon as I can. My wife's supposed to be giving birth soon.
Yeah.
Literally any day now.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. I'm counting on you. Well then, if there's nothing else, I'm hanging up.
Okay, that's all I have.
As we were ending our call, he scolded me thoroughly for being late with my regular report. After that, I hung up the phone and sprawled out on the bed. Come to think of it, I hadn't heard anything from Oishi. A-cab. He was supposed to contact me about a time and place to meet with the informant tonight. I thought about getting angry with A-cab in retaliation for being scolded for forgetting my daily report. Come to think of it, though, A-cab didn't really say anything other than that he was going to call tonight. Waiting for a phone call when you didn't know what time it was going to come was in itself rather difficult. Just when I thought that, the phone rang. I picked up the receiver in a hurry.
Hello? Wow. Oh, shit. Right. Now I'm talking to myself again.
Yep, sorry.
Well, this is a surprise. Akasaka-san, you're pretty quick to answer the phone. You a regular user of dating chat lines or something? Like a nerd?
God.
I would never even try something seedy like that. The way you overreact is rather interesting. Want to go to a place that you can have a bit of lewd fun?
God damn. A-cab.
I'll pass. So, can you get to the point, Oishi-san? Really? Too bad. We'll leave that for next time then.
A-cab.
Well, I'll get to the point. Beep boop, beep boop.
Many of the
This
executives.
seems like narration.
Yeah. Many of the executives in the Onigafuchi defense lines had a lot of sway in the neighboring regions. Even in Okonomiya, there were a lot of people with relations in the village. That's why meeting in the Shishibone Market District, far from Okonomiya, was a matter of course.
Akasaka, over here. Did you get a little lost? Coming from the north entrance might have been a bit of a detour, but it was easier to give directions from there. No, I'm sorry for being late. Did you eat dinner already? Yeah, I already did. Well then, shall we go to a place where we can get a drink? You prefer Western alcohol, or maybe sake? Do you prefer a place with or without woman? Don't worry about it. I don't drink while I'm on the job.
Hearing that, the man that A-cab had brought along bent backwards as he guffawed, clapping A-cab on the shoulder.
See? Isn't he just adorable? In exchange, can you give him a bit extra? The money all came from this guy's wallet, you know.
The man that A-cab had brought seemed almost like a ticket scalper or a bookie. Even his appearance was dubious. The informant grinned deviously. think the informant-
Does anybody else want to be
Yeah.
the informant?
Do we have Kayla still? Oh.
I mean, I can play all three
Oh.
of these guys
Oh
talking.
no, it's
to
okay. I got
each other.
this. I didn't realize she's okay. Hey boy, how much do you give this guy? Looks like there's quite a bit of skimmed off the top, you know.
Wish's handling fee was included, so I took that into account.
It seemed that the informant had expected a more extravagant reaction on my part. When I responded matter-of-factly, he realized that I was an entirely different type of person than he was. But rather than putting a distance between us, it seemed that I had piqued his interest.
I said it, didn't I? He's the serious type. But do you see, Akasaka? People in a line of work like ours really can use their wealth of experience to their advantage. I'm wondering exactly how the experience of drinking in a bar with women would work to my advantage. I like Akasaka as much as you can for a cop character in Higurashi.
Yeah. The informant, unable to contain himself, clutched at his stomach as he guffawed, heedless of the people watching.
Oops.
Yeah, alright. Oh, oh, Lottie! Akasaka-san, you really can judge people. That's what an education does for you.
Alicia, Acob? You've been drinking somewhere, haven't you? Are you drunk?
Oh.
What's wrong with drinking when I'm off duty? Even if you're working, I'm not.
Acab, who was the sort that'd fool around to begin with, was in such a good mood that I couldn't figure out a way to deal with him. Completely different than me, who had come worried about getting every bit of information I could. Acab, after taking so much money, you're supposed to get me information worth at least this much. I thought this, but then realized that I was getting my information from the informant, so it didn't matter how drunk Acab was. There was nothing I could complain about, but I still felt slightly riled up. Acab and the informant, it was no doubt a fake name, but he introduced himself as Sato, led it way deeper and deeper into the back streets of the market district. Even though the market was bustling, a couple of turns off the main street and you were in a desolate alleyway. Acab started climbing a set of stairs on the side of a seedy building. There wasn't any sort of signage, so I couldn't tell if the place was open, or if it was even a store at all.
Don't worry, this isn't a dubious place.
Those words coming from Acab's mouth had absolutely no credibility.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond the door was thankfully a typical mahjong parlor. I was relieved that it wasn't the sort of suspicious place that I had to be on my guard about. Welcome, welcome! Oh, Acab-san, it's been a while. Want to join in? There'll be a free spot soon.
No, I'm here with a group today, so it's fine. Oh, sorry to keep you waiting.
Mahjong is a game played with 4 people. It seems that a middle-aged man was going to be our 4th had already arrived and was waiting for us. You're late, Crowdo. I was just thinking of going home. Oishi made an excuse for why we had taken so long. Eventually, realizing that I was a new face, the other man grew interested.
That's Akasaka. He's a rookie who came all the way from Tokyo on assignment. They have high hopes for him.
High hopes for a living. Boy, can you play mahjong?
What? Well, I played a bit when I was still a student.
Sato and the old man cackled in unison. Their plot to sucker me out of my money was painfully obvious.
I should be a bit tired from your assignment, leaving you on edge all the time. So I thought I'd give you a night to cleanse your spirit.
Lose money, got it.
Yeah, right. I know asking this
know.
now might be stupid, but we're betting money on this, aren't we? Oh, right. Oh, sorry. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know why I couldn't see.
Wait. 1, 2,
Yeah, 2, 3.
3.
Yeah! There we go.
Well, you see, just a little. It's just a little for funsies.
If we do that again, we gotta do it like fucking Titus from FF10 and that one cutscene.
But it doesn't matter who loses, because after this, we're using that money to go play at a very nice place.
Oh, God.
Go and play? What kind of place would you be doing that?
Without reservation, the 3 of them started suggesting places like cabarets, high-class clubs, and even brothels. At the very least, they were the type of places that you couldn't go to with money that was just for funsies. ACAB took all my money the other day, and I also have to work to do, so I can't stay for long.
Then all you have to do is win. If you win, then you can use that
Oh,
money
fuck.
to pay.
Fuck! That was Akasaka. Shit.
Ah.
God damn it.
Okay, there's two characters in here who are talking but don't have portraits. It's hard to
Three.
tell. Plus Akasaka, yeah.
3.
Then all you have to do is win. If you win, then you can use that money to pay for this table, and you can talk to Kuroido about work or whatever.
No matter what happened, it seemed like they were intent on playing Mahjong for free. I would have to fasten my resolve a bit. If I was going to be underestimated like this forever, it was going to get in the way of my work.
I understand. Then I'll play with you guys for just a bit. If I win, you guys don't get any of the money, or get to go to any of those dirty places, and we talk about work right away.
Here we go. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. God, fuck.
Glorious.
Yeah. Bring it on.
If I win, we're headed straight to the Blue Mermaid on Flower Road. God.
Do you want one of these people, Kayla?
Yeah, we need.
Sure. Oh, that place where the
Oh god. Oh god. No, no,
They're
never
very
mind.
horny noises.
Yeah, noises.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
mute back
yeah.
up. Bye.
He's Sato. You can have the informant then.
Okay. Is this the format?
Yep.
Yep.
I prefer a place where we can drink quietly.
Oh god. But horny Japan. God damn. What the fuck?
We're not reading this. It's not.
No,
nothing
yeah,
happened.
no.
No.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. No.
Mm-mm.
What a lively table this was. I could tell the
I
other
don't
customers
know.
were glaring at us while we loudly continued our crude conversation.
I don't know what you mean. They're not talking about anything.
Yeah, no. Speaking of which, the fact that they assumed I was the same was a bit disheartening. ACAB had taken all the money I'd brought, so everything I had left was out of my own pocket. In addition, there wasn't that much left of that either. If I kept on hanging around him like this, though, or through his goading, my wallet would disappear into the night. I had to somehow win and return the conversation to my job. But these people, no matter how you looked at it, were pretty good. Sorry, Yuki. What?
Well then, I'll just call Richie here.
Well, the old man and Sato-san probably won't fall for this silly Richie. I wonder if Akasaka-kun will spit out what I need. Wait.
Oh, we're switching perspectives.
Oh.
We're in Oishi's head now.
Unless they just forgot to do the fucking quotes. Who knows?
Maybe.
Who is this?
I
I
don't
have
know.
no idea.
We don't know anymore!
Favorite Kurata's hand is probably holding something like that, huh? In that case, this one ought to go through. There!
Oh-ho! The old man's pretty good. He's quietly trying to use one of my safe tiles to complete his hand, isn't he? Seems that Akasaka-kun has at least learned the ropes when it comes to guarding against someone's Richi. But that will be his downfall.
What's wrong, boy? Would you hurry up and discard? You're not sure anything that Coreno has already thrown away should be safe, no?
Ooh, Akasaka-kun's really fretting over this one. It was glaringly obvious that he had a safe tile to discard, but he didn't want to throw it away because it would move him farther away from completing his hand. They're so nice when they're young and innocent. God damn it. Come on, hurry up and throw out the kicker. If you gave me the winning tile, we'd be heading to an establishment where I could do No. Fuck you.
This will go through, right?
He looked up as he hesitantly threw out a tile that was, oh, too bad.
Hey now, that's a dangerous tile, you know.
No, that's
Right,
not.
just-
Kurado Oishi is his full name.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, never mind.
Oh. Hey now, that's a dangerous tile, you know. Corrado, does that go through?
Yeah, it will.
Seems this time you were lucky. But as long as the round kept going, I could still win off the draw. But after that, Akasaka-kun managed to luckily avoid throwing any bad tiles, and somehow the round managed to end without anybody completing a hand. Tenpai. Noten. Sato-san had keenly anticipated that the two players were in Riichi and had decided to play it safe. Whose head are we fucking in? Are we in, like, the fourth guy? This has gotta be the fourth guy.
I think it's Oishi's.
But, okay.
But then it says Corrado.
Yeah, I don't know. What a cool-headed way of playing. Now let's see, what kind of hand did Akasaka-kun have? When the round ends with nobody winning in Mahjong, anybody in Tenpai has to show their hand. But if you're not in Tenpai, you have no obligation to reveal it. Your average beginner would normally show their hand even if they weren't in Tenpai, and start a commotion about how if this tile or that tile came that it would be in Tenpai. But he didn't. Being stingy?
How'd you do, boy? Come on and show me.
Sato-san reached over to flip the hand that Akasaka-kun had casually placed face down.
I feel like this is Sato.
Yeah, Sato.
What the hell is this?
He was nowhere near Tenpai. Was Akasaka-kun totally bad at this after all? Right then, as the old man compared the tiles from Akasaka-kun's hand to the discard pool, a puzzled expression crossed his face.
Boy. Oh. You were in Tenpai right about there, weren't you? Why'd you break your hand? The higher Monzu. Oh, nope, not Oishi.
Yeah.
The higher Monzu tiles suddenly got more valuable, so he suppressed them. Even though with Oishi-san's reaching, the chance there were safe tiles had increased. It would have been in no trouble if he read the discards, but he went out of his way to keep them out of play. Oh, so Kurata's Tenpai was no good from the start, in other words.
If it wasn't such a high-level trap, I would have thought you were waiting for me to throw out the winning tile. But the more concerning thing is that you were in Tenpai and didn't say anything.
I know nothing about Mahjong. God damn.
Me neither.
I used to I could play the solitaire type one, like that was on the computer. That was it. I know nothing about what any of these mean.
It's complicated.
Is Akasaka?
When did you realize I was in Tenpai? One sec. Continue without me for a sec.
Yep.
Around here, you threw out 4 tiles in a row immediately. At first I thought you were just discarding redundant tiles, but I noticed you were glancing over at me and realized you were waiting for something. Nope.
Oh, that was Akasaka. Fuck. Akasaka-kun. Temme!
Akasaka-san, when did you... When you did, you...
When did you first start playing Mahjong? I'm pretty sure.
When did you first start playing Mahjong?
Never did, except in high school and university. Now let's continue. Since Sato-san wasn't in Tenpai and the round ended without a winner, then I'm next, right? The next dealer. My god, this is just, we don't have Keiichi, so they have to have some kind of, like, club activities and it's fucking Mahjong.
That's exactly what this is. They're
Why?
playing like a game.
God damn it.
I have this feeling that like there's some really deep meaning to the games, and that's why they have like this makes me feel like there's some sort of deep meaning to the games that we just completely missed the first time through,
I don't know.
and that's why they have to have one.
Seems like Akasaka-kun is really aware of how the game flows. We thought we were just going to eat him alive, but it looks like that isn't going to be so easy.
Oh, she's
Oishi-san,
Oh, go ahead.
looks like you're going for the bamboo tiles. Just gonna put some in play. Oh no, it was you. Okay.
Hmm.
This boy. Corrado, don't back down.
As long as I get 3 more good tiles. Sato-san, think you can do it?
Damn it! I'll just force you to go for a cheap Tanyo. Cheap!
A straight? Well, sorry, I'm going to pawn that tile.
Whoa now, going to call 3 of a kind after he declared a straight? Trying to override and interfere?
Boy, you're getting pretty used to this. Oh no, I couldn't even compare to you guys, who had been playing since before I was even born. That's game. Roll. Triplets, 2 red Dora, and 3 more Dora. I'm the dealer, so this will cost you quite a bit. Gah!
Oh.
Akasaka-san, nice job. Now we'll have to get serious, won't we?
This is way too confusing,
It
guys.
really is. My god, why? Japan!
Well,
It's
can
just
you
like-
get serious about handing over your points? I'm tired, so let's end this quickly.
Akasaka-kun? This is somehow unreal. Before I could realize it, there was an ominous cold air emitting from beneath Akasaka-kun's feet.
How blasé. The 2, 5, and 8 Monzus are laughing at you.
Damn it! Boy, you... Oh. Corrado, finish it! You have to end the boy's turn as dealer!
I hate to admit it, but that seems like the best option.
And we don't know because there's 2 other people besides fucking Akasaka and Oishi.
So there are no portraits showing for any of the people who are...
Yeah,
It's just fucking
it's
impossible.
so hard.
There it is. Rolling! Simple straights, 1 Dora. Sorry. Head bump. Roll straight. A head bump? You damn brat. Brat? So you'd play that sloppily against a brat? Because that means you're worse than a brat yourself. So interesting. The way you guys call people things like brat and boy.
Asaka-kun? That is you, isn't it? It feels like you're a totally different person.
You thought that I, being a sucker, would let you drink some good booze tonight. Seems that you were a little off the mark. Roll. Triple straight. Red Dora and another Dora.
Whoa, he actually did it!
That's why I'm saying you guys are slacking. No matter how you look at it, you have to be able to read such an obvious 3-way weight.
Akasaka-kun chuckled as he rested his chin in his hands. That pose was so fitting and it was almost scary.
Hey, Corrado. This isn't what we discussed. Who the hell said he was a naive sucker ripe for the picking?
Ah. How could it be?
Higurashi-san, this is bad. If he keeps going like this, we're seriously going to lose.
Akasaka-kun, for you to make me get serious? Looks like you really want to be milked dry. Oh God. Okay.
Oh,
No,
boy.
not the sewer bears! Not the sewer bears
I knew
again!
cab, but I didn't know the aches.
God.
They were this bad. Bomb.
Bon, da, da, da.
That sounds nice. One more time. Palm.
Akasaka-kun.
Akasaka.
It's so hard. Who's even talking?
You couldn't
Game
even give us
one.
character art for Akasaka. You know what? We kind of respect that. I feel like this is him not wanting. This is like Ryukishi not wanting to make more character art. And
Of
so
course.
there's nobody with new character art in this one.
Not allowed. Akasaka-kun was almost singing at this point. The tiles he'd opened were all pin tiles. You can't be serious. Are you going for the flush?
Palm.
Boy, are you right on the head? You've opened 4 sets. You only have 1 tile left, you know.
That's right. Did you know? Winning on a single tile is the hardest thing to read.
Are you an idiot? With that much of your hand revealed, you don't think would give you the tile you need, do you?
I know what you're doing, Akasaka-san. That's not a flush or a half flush, is it? The fact that you've called pawn 4 times means you're already in position for an all triplet hand. Right now, you are far and away in the lead. You're trying to show a flush and goad us into giving you triplets, aren't you? If that's what you think, want to try throwing out some pins? The left 5 tiles in your hand, Wishi-san. They're pin tiles you're reluctant to throw away, aren't they? Why don't you try discarding them in order from the left?
You must be joking. Is he a mahjong god? If not, he had to be main character of a manga or something. Oh, fuck!
Akasaka just absolutely flexing on them.
Flex!
I really want it to be revealed that there's like mirrors behind all of them or something.
Yeah. At that moment, the old man sent me a sign under the table. The message was simple and clear. Okay, so this is... Okay, Oishi's head. Crowdo, do it. Crush him. I don't like to cheat against kids like this. Idiot! After being disrespected like this, we can't pull back now. Well, I'm not responsible for what happens, you know. Go ahead.
Here we go, boy. Richie, we'll go open. I'm waiting for 1, 4, or 7 of pins.
Most likely, the tile that Akasaka-kun was waiting for was one of those tiles. With this, Akasaka-kun was no longer capable of winning the hand. When I drew from the wall, I switched out the tile that Akasaka-kun would draw. The tile that I put in was a 1 pin. Also, when did we fucking jump into, Kakegurui? We're in Kakegurui right now. That's what happened here. One of the tiles that the old man was waiting on. Akasaka-kun discarded it a little while ago, so there was no threat of it being the one he needed.
Come on, it's your turn, boy.
I knew he was troubled that the tile he drew was the 1 pin. Of course, he couldn't discard it.
Boy, you must be aware, but if you discard into an open Richie, it's worth a limit, you know.
You don't have to tell me that.
The tile that came from Akasaka-kun's hand was an honor tile. Whew, ain't that something? There's only 1 north wind tile left, isn't there? You were counting on a really rough wait, weren't you? But with this, Akasaka-kun's fate was decided.
Brat. You're lucky you're safe. But your hand only has a single tile. You think you'll be able to run away the rest of this round?
So it's gonna be like that.
Akasaka-kun glared at the old man with a discerning eye. This guy had pretty good instincts. Did he figure out we were cheating? Let's stop this. Akasaka-kun is a step or two ahead of us. Fool! You think we can stop after we've come this far? Next! Make him draw it! The next tile Akasaka-kun would draw was the 7-pin. With that, it would be settled. No matter which one he discarded, he'd play right into the old man's hand. An unavoidable full payout. When I drew my tile, I sneakily swapped Akasaka-san's. Akasaka, maybe?
Achoo!
Gosh. What? Akasaka-kun suddenly sneezed, collapsing the wall of tiles in front of him.
Hey, what are you doing? Sorry, I accidentally knocked over the wall when I sneezed. There's a penalty for that, right? I'm the dealer, so 4,000 to everybody? Or is the penalty my point sticks?
Oh. Unable to hold back, I guffawed. Akasaka-kun, knowing he was going to be cornered a second time and unable to escape, he took the drastic measure of knocking over his own wall.
You're good, boy. To get away from a full payout like that. Actually, son, could you not bother me putting me in such an obvious trap? If we were at Baba, this would have been the point where I flipped the table. Oh, no. Sorry. I underestimated you. For some reason, you're really good, aren't you? Answer me honestly. You got a lot of experience when you were younger, didn't you? I played quite a bit around Waseda and Takada no Baba?
Takada no Baba.
Okay. The place I was accustomed to going to had pretty high rates, and they chewed me out. I made the woman who would become my wife pretty angry, so I washed my hands of it all. Raised the stakes too high? How much were you playing for at the time? It depends on who I was playing with, but it was more expensive when I played in Kabukicho. Largest stakes I played with were about 20 times the standard rate.
20 times? What kind of stakes were those? Did you have Yakuza at your table? Or pro baseball players?
What's this? Grotto, you buffoon! Where'd you pull this professional from? I give up. Jeez. Boy, it's your win. I surrender.
Thank you very much. It was an honor. Oh my. Nagasaka-san, your personality really changes when you play. Why do you even have a day job? You'd have no problem living as a freelancer. To be a pro mahjong player, you need both talent and luck. I didn't have anything like that supporting me.
What? Ah! Not Gabo! Ah, fucking JC! Thank you so much! Holy shit, how you doing? I love you! Sorry, I gotta go. And of course, I forgot my fucking bot again. I was going to turn that on. Now I get to turn it on again. How you doing? Hot damn. Good to see you, friend. Thank you very, very much. Oh, I updated, and now I got the dynamic bones. A little bit of shiny.
So the hair's wavy. Nice.
Yep. Dynamic bones in the hair, and added some. The update gives you new shaders, so I can actually like use my Poyomi and make my hair a little sparkly. You can see some glitter in it.
Nice.
Big. Yeah, I love it. Good, just chilling? Yay, good. Chilling is good. We're trying to figure out how the fuck mahjong works in Japan in the 80s with fucking betting and figuring out who the fuck is talking at any given moment.
Finding out.
Who the fuck knows how mahjong works?
No fucking idea. They're like 4 people talking, and only one of them has character art, and never says who's who.
And
It's
we're
so...
currently in that one person's head, so we don't get to see their character art to know when they're talking.
Exactly! What the fuck? It's so weird. Why do they do this? Oh my god. Holy shit.
Luck is luck. With someone of your skill, I think you'll be able to make it pretty far.
Normal luck doesn't cut it. Calling a con, and 1 time out of 3, you can aim to win on the extra draw with 4 Dora. That kind of luck.
God damn.
Nakasaka-kun, if you can judge something like that, you're already bordering on the supernatural.
Supernatural. Carry on my wayward son.
There'll be peace when you are done.
No, there's plenty of people who can do that without cheating or superpowers. There was a person I met in Shinjuku who would get Doras every time you blinked. He was as strong as a demon.
I have no idea what any of these fucking terms means. I played like solitaire mahjong when I was a kid, and that's it. It was just like the fucking...
Hands. They're hands.
Yeah.
Like a straight
Okay.
flush, like poker hands.
Okay.
You can get like a 3 of a kind and
I
stuff
didn't
like
even know
that.
that's how fucking
like
mahjong
Dora,
worked.
yeah, so all of these words that they're saying are different types of hands that they have.
So weird.
There was a pro I played with in Yokohama who would draw the tile he needed immediately after calling Riichi. Like it was an everyday thing.
Is that like... Riichi is like call or like raise or...
It sounds like it's basically like an all-in type of thing.
Oh. Yeah, okay, being rich, okay. That makes sense, maybe.
I don't have that kind of luck.
What type of folks were those? They weren't named Ryu or Satoshi by any chance. What? Okay, I guess,
Ryu means like dragon, but it's also like a guaranteed of wealth.
Okay,
I'm pretty
okay.
sure.
The more you know.
The more you know. Well then, is it alright if I'm declared the overall winner then?
God damn.
Yeah. We totally lost.
I lost. It's been quite a while since I lost this big.
God damn. Other guy, I think?
Yeah, this is other guy, I think.
4th guy.
Still, when you were playing, boy, you're pretty into it. It's kind of scary.
I hear that a lot. I don't mean to change gears like that, though. Do I really look that scary?
Everybody together?
Yep.
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 Sorry.
The 3 of us nodded emphatically in agreement. So that was Akasaka-kun, the mahjong prodigy. Before he goes home from this assignment, maybe I could have him go play at a high stakes table in my place. But it's not good to get greedy. Oh, okay.
Well then, nothing for it. It was a promise. We'll break up our little late night study group right now. Sorry about this, old man. That's it for tonight.
Well, we finally have character art again, so... Old
Nothing
man.
you can do.
Yep.
I'm going home to sleep. My body won't last like this.
Problems at work?
Oh.
Oh my god!
Oh.
He's the guy who gets murdered!
Oh, shit! Oh, fuck! Oh, shit! God, no! Oh, shit!
He's the guy who gets fucking dismembered! Oh,
Oh, damn!
shit!
Whoa.
Spoilers, I guess, for the rest of this arc.
No, spoilers for
Anybody
like the very
watching?
first fucking arc. Backward
that's
spoilers.
that dismemberment is probably going to happen this arc, right?
Oh, well, probably, yeah. But I mean, it already happened. So who knows? Oh god. Hey Link, how you doing? Okay.
He's butting heads with the residents every day. It's a rough business. And next year, I might be in charge of the.
No, this is the other guy.
Oh,
Old man.
Around next year, I may be in charge of the second set as well.
Hydrating.
Heard that Crowder-san was pissing blood.
Thank you.
He won't hold out much longer.
Oishi.
you'll be sorry. I had to upload a very poorly made meme.
Yep.
You'll be all right, old
Saw
man.
that.
Your skull is thicker than it looks.
Fucking mahjong, how do they work?
Look, I didn't want to take the time to edit both words. What
enough.
do you think I am, an artist?
I'm
Old
not
man.
exactly a saint, you know. There's times that just make my blood boil. I especially can't stand in with that bratty daughter of the Sonozakis. I think one of these days I'm gonna rearrange her face.
Oh fuck. Damn.
Bye.
Which one, though?
Yeah.
Well, I guess, like... uh,
Bratty.
no. At least the pay is good, right? I heard the wages were pretty exorbitant.
Of course they are. If the pay was cheap, nobody would hang around with that god-awful job. Hey, Corrado. Exactly when are the police gonna tell all the villagers to shove off? We notice of eviction from the government, right?
Maybe. I wonder what'll happen.
The old man, who identified himself as the foreman of the Hinamizawa Dam, spewed a few complaints until he felt better about it, then left quietly.
Well then, let's go. I'll leave the rest to Sato-san. Oishi-san, are you going home? If I'm here, I'll just be in the way, won't I? Besides, the one who bought Sato-san's services was you. I didn't pay for my share.
ACAP was a kind of sketchy, but he was strangely conscientious about some things. I felt quite a bit of a gap between myself and ACAP's generation from that part of him I didn't comprehend.
It's because Oishi's a fucking boomer.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, he's probably even older than a boomer.
Yeah, this is the 80s.
Which makes Akasaka the boomer, maybe?
No.
No, he's Gen X.
Yeah, he'd be Gen X.
My goodness. Then boy. No. I can't call Mr. Mahjong here boy and no more. Is Akasaka-kun alright with you?
Yes.
Then, Akasaka-kun. Shall we go?
Well then, Akasaka-san. Later. If you're having any trouble, you can count on me anytime. I don't have any more money to pay you, you know that? You can just give me back a little of what I lost tonight.
ACAP, seemingly still not having had his fill of playing around, but without overstaying his welcome, disappeared into the night. Mid-chapter break. Hey.
Okay. Interesting.
Huh.
Well, nice knowing that dude.
Yeah, that poor bastard.
Well, nice knowing most of you. People will pick up eventually. The informant named Sato-san had me get into his car before he set off. He favored narrow roads and made numerous short left turns.
Checking if we're being followed?
Yeah. You know a lot about this.
Checking to see if you were being tailed by making left turns was a rather classic technique. If it was just a single pursuer, you could confirm it that way. But if you were being tailed as a team, this archaic method wouldn't let you shake them. Of course, doing it anyway was better than not.
Didn't hear. Oh, sorry.
I didn't hear anything from the boss as to who you are, Kasaka-kun. Related to the police? If you're familiar with checking for being tailed, the only possibility I can think of is something like a private detective.
If it's not something I have to say, I'd like to refuse to answer that question.
My. Ever since we played Mahjong, you seem a lot more mature. I'm wondering where that hesitant person went from when we first met.
I smiled wryly. Looking back now, I had to be a little grateful for being made to play Mahjong. Thanks to that, I was able to relieve some tension. Eventually, Sato-san, confirming that there was no cars following us, slipped outside the city. We were on a pitch-black country road, unable to see anything besides the lights outside. The only things I was able to hear were the hum of the car's air conditioning and the chirping of the insects and frogs.
I heard from the boss that you want to hear a bit about Hinamizawa Village, yeah?
Like about the old houses known as the Three Families who control the place? Or that right now it's pretty much the Sonozaki family running things?
If you know that much already, I'll cut out the introductions.
Thank you.
Yay!
Then, if you would, can you confirm or deny if the Onigafuchi Defense Alliance is involved with the kidnapping of Minister Inagai's grandson?
Sato-san checked the rearview mirror one more time to confirm there wasn't anybody else behind us before speaking.
Last night, the Sonozaki main house had a family council. Did you hear about it from boss?
No.
If it was a normal meeting, they would all just it would just all be the relatives coming together over a nice cup of tea or something. But a family council headed by the main house isn't quite so relaxed.
A family council held by the Sonozaki main house. That would be a meeting between those who truly controlled Hinamizawa Village. They wouldn't be talking about private family matters. It would be about a village as a whole. About organizing activities against the dam project. Among other things, everything would be decided there. In reality, they were deciding the fate of the village. At the head of the meeting was Oryo Sonozaki. More or less called Empress Sonozaki, as the ultimate decision-maker of the clan, she was to be feared and respected. Infirm with old age, she was often unable to stand on her own, but her words carried enough weight to sway the fate of the village. It seemed that lately she had grown weak, and on days when she wasn't feeling well, remained bedridden. Family councils that occurred while she wasn't feeling well took place with her on the floor. In the middle of a dignified Japanese-style room, still in a futon, only the upper half of her body sitting upright, a stern look on her face. That was Oryo Sonozaki. Sitting next to her was her heir, Mion Sonozaki. She was still young. No, young wasn't quite the right word. She was a girl who remained childish. Her role was to merely sit beside Oryo Sonozaki, sometimes responding to her requests. However, she was the only one deemed worthy to succeed Oryo. She had the same hawkish eyes, enough to give pause to anybody who so much as looked at them. Much was expected of her in the future, this granddaughter of Sonozaki's leader. And also at either side of her sat several other important members of the remaining three families, the Kimiyoshi family and the Furude family. First on the list for the Kimiyoshi family was, of course, the mayor of Hinamizawa Village, Kichiro Kimiyoshi. And lined up beside him were several more of his direct relatives. Opposite them sat the other three families, the Furude family. The Furude family was only comprised of the family of a Shinto priest, so the only ones sitting there were said priest, his wife, and their daughter Rika. Rika was doted on by many of the older folks in the village, and it seemed that Oryo was no exception. While the stress from just attending a family council was said to be enough to shorten your lifespan by 3 days, it seemed like Rika was the only one exempt from that. No matter how charged the atmosphere was around her, she paid it no mind, instead humming along as she doodled in a sketchbook. In fact, the night before, lying on her stomach while humming and doodling, she nonchalantly tucked her legs into Oryo's futon like it was a kotatsu. All this was the three families. And all around the room, lined up row upon row, were relatives of the Sonozaki family. The only ones who were afforded cushions to sit on were direct relatives. The others were left to sit in the seiza position directly on the tatami mats. With Empress Sonozaki enshrined at their center, they were almost like a giant snake coiled around the room. It was decided that everybody would sit in order of their rank. The number of people from the Sonozaki family was overwhelming. The fact that the Sonozaki family held so many seats at the meeting where everything pertaining to the village was decided made determining where the balance of power was held in the three families as clear as day. The number of members in attendance from each of the families directly reflected how much influence they had in ruling Hinamizawa. Whew.
What was talked about at that meeting?
Sato-san, after remaining silent for a while, quietly began to speak.
Wait, are we at the meeting
I think
now?
we're at the meeting.
Yeah, we are definitely at the meeting now.
Okay.
Cool. Wasn't our monetary gift of appreciation to the media a little large?
Breaking the long moment of silence was the head of the Kimiyoshi family, Kichiro Kimiyoshi.
Well, I'm glad you're gonna be Kimiyoshi.
Yep. The Onigafuchi
Ayo.
Defense Alliance wasn't a business. They were nothing more than a private organization pushing for the cancellation of the Hinamizawa Dam project with no reliable source of income. Fundraising had always been a problem. When they first started operating, they had managed to collect a sizable amount of funds through donations, but as the conflict dragged on, that amount was steadily declining.
This is an era where you can get what you want just by throwing rocks. It's very important that you don't underestimate the power of the media. We want to borrow some of that down the road.
The expressions of the people related to the Sonozaki family were sullen, as the one who suggested that they should borrow that power was the family head, Oryo Sonozaki. The battle wasn't just about force of arms. In this civilized age, there were civilized methods of fighting. Oryo suggested that, creating a strategy incorporating the mass media. Orio's foresight was spot on, and the effects of that plan, while at first unclear, slowly began to manifest. If the physical confrontation of the construction site was meant to delay progress of the dam by even one day, then the propaganda war using the media was aimed at attacking the dam project itself. At first, there were those who had doubts about this strategy, but there was nobody now who called those results into question. But in order to maintain those media ties, a colossal amount of money was required. As long as the amount of funds they had was abundant, things would turn out fine. It couldn't be argued that it was a massive expense, but the results spoke for themselves. But with the conflict continuing to drag on, the circumstances had changed. The head of the Sonozaki family, no, the one who sat at the pinnacle of the Hinamizawa's three families, Oryo, had suggested the idea herself, so it was already untouchable and continued to be allowed to drain from the budget. Nobody acknowledged that it should so be allowed, but nobody could say anything. That was the price of dealing with the mass media.
What do you think, Oyo-san?
The only person who could object to a plan proposed by the head of the Sonozaki household herself was probably Mayor Kimiyoshi. Oryo, with a hard-to-define expression on her face, as if she had severed herself completely from the fetters of mortal emotion, simply listened quietly to Kimiyoshi's words. But really, it was hard to tell if she was quietly listening or didn't even have the intention of listening at all.
Last year, we went through a lot of trouble getting people to wrap their heads around the price hike on the bulletins we were putting out. We convinced them it was just one time. It wouldn't do if we had another one this year. Right, Furude-san?
The mayor looked at the priest and his wife from the Furude family for affirmation. The priest gave a vague expression, avoiding a prompt response. But his wife gave her answer without a second thought. And the wife?
Go ahead. You do it.
Oh, me? Okay. That's right. The cost of the bulletins are a particularly harsh burden for the poor families. Everybody's dealing with it for the sake of the village, but it's best we don't increase the prices anymore. The bulletin was, as its name implied, a bulletin published by the Onigafuchi Defense Alliance. It outlined the Alliance's activities, ideals, and resolve, but you couldn't deny the contents were rather piecemeal. That bulletin's main goal wasn't to inform people, but rather was something to sell to businesses and people living in the village or connected to it, and using those sales to collect funds. In other words, it had become something of a tax. Of course, it didn't have to be said that this was one of the main sources of income for the Onigifuchi Defense Alliance. Originally, purchase was supposed to be voluntary, but in Hinamizawa it had silently become the opposite. In the neighboring towns as well, it seemed that many businesses were buying copies just to avoid butting heads with the Alliance. The priest whispered to his wife to not say anything unnecessary, but was struck down decidedly with a cold glare. Cowering from that glare, the priest shut his mouth. The priest's wife always held the power in their relationship. That was because she was one who carried the Furude bloodline. The priest merely married into the family. He was nothing more than somebody who adopted the name just to join the three families. He should have been able to find a spot fairly high up in the hierarchy of things, but the lack of authority in his voice meant that he had still not gained any favor. Casting a backwards glance at her rather disparate parents, Rika continued to doodle whimsically without paying them any mind. Signaled by a look from Oreo, Mion brought her ear closer to her grandmother. There, something was said to her in a quiet voice. After responding with a couple questions, with a nod from Oreo, Mion looked around the room and conveyed her grandmother's words. There will be no freeze on the price increase for the bulletin. Kimiyoshi made a face like he had just bit into something unpleasant, but that expression quickly disappeared like it had never happened at all. Kimiyoshi?
Oh, is that it? Okay.
Yep.
But Mion-chan, I think you already know this, but the cost of the bulletin is by no means easily affordable. It is a burden carried by everyone in Hinamizawa. If we make people carry too much of that burden, this publisher will collapse from the inside.
And who on the inside would start that collapse?
Who? I didn't mean it like that.
I'm asking who would be the first to buckle. Being cross-examined by the girl who still had fragments of childishness remaining within her, the words stuck in Kimiyoshi's throat as he sunk into silence. Mion repeated her question once more, looking around the crowded room. Everybody refrained making eye contact to avoid being pierced by her gaze. So if anybody has anything else to say, now is the fucking time! She is so fucking Yakuza, I can see. I want to see that fucking Kill Bill thing with fucking Mion. The words she had spoken were unarguably said in proxy for Oreo. That's why when Mion spoke them, they carried the same weight. But the look in her eyes was different. Like Oreo, she had a hawkish gaze, strong enough that anybody looking upon them would freeze in their tracks and yield. But that gaze was without question one that belonged to Mion herself. As Mion would eventually inherit everything from Oreo, the day when she would stand up as a young and capable leader in her own right would come. Nobody wanted to believe otherwise for even a minute. That's why nobody even thought of Mion as just some sort of little kid. Kimiyoshi-san, nobody will lose their resolve over something like a price hike on the bulletin. Kimiyoshi, while grumbling a little bit, made a gesture as if to say he had no objection. The expenses related to the mass media will continue. If those expenses become too much, we'll have no choice but to continue the price hikes. Mion had rendered her judgment. Everybody bowed their heads, silently listening to her words. In the name of Mion Sonozaki, as acting head of the Sonozaki family, I hereby declare that all this shall be effective immediately. There shall be no objections, and any opposition shall be removed by force.
Damn.
Damn.
Well then.
Toby!
Okay.
How you doing? Good to see you. What up, girl? Formal decree was read aloud indicating her judgment. There would be no retrial, but there was a certain authority behind those words that even a courthouse couldn't compare to. If she was the judge, she would have banged her gavel, signaling that the matter was settled. Mion pulled out a large bell from inside her clothes and rang it. Ooh.
This is new.
Everybody present could only
Okay,
prostrate
okay.
themselves before the harsh sound of the bell.
Huh?
That was harsh. Okay.
I guess maybe if you were like there in the moment, like really close. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, long time no see.
Maybe
Doing
maybe
okay.
there's
How are
something
you?
else going on here.
Yee. Also, I saw your updates and stuff like that. Congratulations! Yay! I love the new emotes. We're being confused by this game.
Very confused.
By this not game, because it's just a story.
Well, that's a rather old-fashioned family council, isn't it?
A young guy like you would probably find it too hard to believe.
Antiquated.
Antiquated, yes.
Thank you. I was trying. Antiquated place like this, these types of things have firm roots.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, Toe Beans. I'm glad you're doing well. That's awesome. Oh, right, that's me. It was exactly as Oishi had said. The old system of the three families had vanished, and now the Sonozaki family was running things by themselves. On top of that, the rule was borderline despotic.
Was that the end of the meeting?
No, there's more. I'll continue.
Uh-huh, we're going back.
But wait, there's more.
Eventually, after the ringing of the bell ceased, there was a deafening silence. Within all that, a lone man shuffled closer to Mion and whispered something in her ear. Mion asked several questions quietly in response. When she was satisfied, she motioned for the man to leave. The man who talked to Mion was a member of the gang that her father was the leader of. That organization had the entire area of Shishibone City under its control, so it was quite well known even here. Of course, this was talking about the criminal underworld, so it's not like anybody would just know. But just showing a patch with the gang symbol on it was enough to resolve any disputes in the neighborhood. Mion's biological father, to Oreo, was her daughter's husband. The power of that man's gang was the driving force that controlled the dark underbelly of the Onegifuchi Defense Alliance. And so that man, from his position at the next in line to control the three families, continued to coerce everybody around him with his unconventional presence. Mion exchanged a look with her father. Was it okay for her to tell what she had just heard directly to Oreo? It looked like she was just asking him that question. Her father gently but firmly nodded his response. Mion also nodded, then settled up to Oreo and informed her of something. Eventually, Mion finished conveying her message, separated herself from Oreo, and fixed her posture, waiting for Oreo to signal her response. It wasn't often that Oreo showed any emotion. That's why, when she started to laugh quietly, a vague sense of uneasiness crept over everybody in the room.
That's quite the conundrum, isn't it?
Oreo was laughing so happily that Kimiyoshi had to hesitantly ask.
What is it, Oyo-san? If this land is like a mother to us, then this business with the dam is like somebody threatening our mother's life, isn't it?
Kimiyoshi, unable to comprehend the meaning of her words, looked confused. Oreo, with a wide grin on her face, turned towards everybody and addressed them in a clarion voice.
The minister behind the dam project is apparently rattled over the kidnapping of his grandson. That makes us even.
That's absurd.
Information on the Whew, okay. Even we didn't know much about the kidnapping incident. Oh, are you all still there, or did my sound go out? I feel like my sound went out. Fuck.
Are here.
Fuck.
I feel like your son did go, yes.
I
Okay.
don't think she can hear us.
Now I
Kayla.
can hear you.
Gosh, cat.
Damn.
Now I can hear you.
Oh.
Hey.
God, I don't know what's going on. Something keeps switching out my audio back and forth at random intervals, and I don't know why. That was very close, so I'm glad it continued. Whew. Right, I'm gonna quick save so that doesn't happen.
Dope.
Yeah? Okay. What did you last hear?
Even we didn't know much about the kidnapping incident.
Cool.
We've been able to hear you for We've been
Okay.
able to hear you for the last little bit. Just
Like you cut
couldn't
out,
hear
and then
us.
you came back, and we heard the last line.
Okay. Yeah. Oops. Okay. Oop. No, not what I wanted to do. Fuck. Exactly how did an antiquated household so far away from Tokyo come to know of it? It was a tranquil place, but I couldn't help but have an uneasy feeling about Hinamizawa village. At some point, I had mentally filed this place away as unrelated to the incident at hand. That mental paperwork had just blown away in the wind.
How did the Onigafuchi Defense Alliance know about that?
Sato-san, unable to come up with an answer, fell into silence.
I'm sorry. Please continue.
Sure. The Minister of Construction's grandson was kidnapped? Or your son, is that true?
That nature of an incident was nowhere to be seen in the newspapers or on TV. But in Hinamizawa, there was nothing strange about Oreo knowing something that the rest of the world didn't.
Our pain is the pain of losing a mother. I don't think it completely makes up for it. But the pain of losing a grandchild, he'll have to bear with that for a bit. Don't you think?
The last question wasn't addressed to anybody in particular. It was as if she was looking for consensus.
Still, land and human child are different things. I don't mind hiding him here, but I want no harm to befall him. The child isn't to blame. Make sure to keep that in mind.
That means that the Onigafuchi Defense Alliance were involved in the kidnapping?
Dun dun dun!
What?
Look,
No.
gasp!
Gasped in Japanese.
I can't say for certain.
Why? Even though their leader, Oreo, was clearly giving orders on the treatment of the kidnapped child?
Lad, you see? This is what the Sonozaki family always does.
Always does? What do you mean by that?
Let's say there was a particular problem, one that wasn't exactly favorable for the Sonozaki family. If Oreo shows concern over that particular problem, hearing that somebody who attended the family council would be helpful. As a result, Oreo's wish would be granted. However, neither Oreo or anybody else would know who actually did it. With this kind of clever little ploy, the Sonozaki family was able to manipulate events even though they had their hands laid out on the table.
Then that means somebody who was at the family council was the culprit?
Or there's the possibility that there were never a culprit in the first place. Oya herself, in that room full of people, didn't explicitly say that somebody pulled off the kidnapping. She was just giving her opinion.
It was an odd and unpleasantly secretive way of doing things. Were they involved or weren't they? I couldn't see beyond the veil. This much, however, I could say with certainty. This kidnapping was an ironclad secret. No matter how high a position or somebody was in, even they wouldn't know about it. If there was somebody who would know about it, they would be connected to public safety. In other words, one of us. The only other options were people connected to the case itself. Including the minister, there would be people affected by this incident. Or the people that committed it. In any case, there was no way for an old household in a place removed from Tokyo by over 6 hours of highway travel should know about it. Them knowing it all was very strange. My suspicions began to accumulate, like falling snow. Yukie, aww. informant?
No, sorry. That's as much as Oreo said in regards to the kidnapping. Hopefully what you wanted to find out was in there. ... After this, it's up to you. I don't know what kind of work you're doing, but if you're going up against the Sonozaki family, you'd best prepare yourself. Akan might be fearless, but even he's been attacked 2 or 3 times. He hasn't been wearing it lately, but at one point he was wearing a stab-proof vest while off duty.
Oh? Thanks for the warning. I'll be careful.
You speak pretty well. Are you from Tokyo by chance?
Huh? What's your point?
Investigators were always close to danger. It was best not to divulge any information on myself.
Your job. Could you possibly be somebody from the Metropolitan Public Safety Division?
I couldn't remain silent here. It would be the same thing as admitting it.
Huh? No way.
This wasn't accounted for in the money I got from the boss. There's someone who played at the same table today. I'll give you this one as a freebie. After Oryu talked about the kidnapping, there was one other topic that came up.
Dun dun dun. Another topic that Oreo brought up. And right before he told me this, Sato-san asked if I was from the Metropolitan Public Safety Division? In other words, what those two things meant caused a chill to run up my spine.
So you see that in order to investigate the kidnapping of the minister's grandson, there was word that there would be an investigator from Public Safety Dispatch all the way from Tokyo.
Just back and forth.
Investigator from Public Safety?
It can't be reckless to make a big deal over the kidnapping, so it seems the Metropolitan Public Safety Division is investigating this on their own. Ain't that grand, What is it? Oh. Rika, who had been drawing the entire time and was completely uninterested in the conversation up until now, looked at Oreo with an interested face as soon as the topic of public safety came up.
Uh-oh. Did the Metropolitan Police come?
There's Oreo.
Oh, that's Oreo, sorry. Oh, so Rika-chama knows about the Metropolitan Police Department? That's very admirable. Who came? Is there anybody that knows what kind of guy from public safety came here?
Mion's father raised his hand slightly.
I hear that it's a nice young piece of fresh meat.
Fresh meat? Is it nice and tender?
Hmm? Yeah, it is. Fresh meat.
Mion's father smiled wryly as he answered Rika's question.
Tender and tasty?
Yeah, tender and tasty.
Rika smiled with interest. Why did Rika suddenly act interested only when it came to this topic? That was a question that apparently nobody had the answer to.
Does Rika-chama know something about this man? I don't know.
After a rather flat reply, Rika buried herself underneath Oreo's futon again. When she buried herself there, we could no longer start drawing again. Instead, she was making an expression like she was deep in contemplation.
What shall we do about him, Mother?
Mion's father posed the question. He had the type of uncouth expression on his face indicating that, given the order, he could snuff the problem out at any time.
He came all the way to Hinamizawa. Let him take it easy for a little while.
So you're saying to just let him go around as he pleases?
Mion's father asked in response. Oreo smiled thinly as she responded.
Or sorry,
Leave
this
him
guy's
alone. So is that?
Go ahead.
Leave him alone. But if he starts causing too much mischief, when that happens, don't hold back. I don't enjoy being taken lightly. Is what they talked about, apparently. It couldn't be that you're the fresh meat from the Metropolitan Police, are you?
Couldn't be.
The sensation of cold, bristling fear began to crawl its way up my back. This family council took place last night. In other words, yesterday. Then today, when I was dressed up as my tourist headed towards Hinamizawa, my cover was already blown? When I remembered the first person I met was when I got to the bus stop, I couldn't breathe. The person at the family council who expressed interest in the man being dispatched from Metropolitan Police, Rika Furude. And then the person who was waiting for me the whole time in the bus shelter, Rika Furude. It was an unthinkable image. No, it was a delusion. When we met at the bus shelter, did Rika-chan already know my true identity? Did she know that I was Akasaka, dispatched from the Metropolitan Police Department, and come to meet me? Then, including Mayor Kimiyoshi, every villager that I met, everybody knew but just pretended not to? Because Oreo had given them instructions not to interfere? Thinking about it logically, it didn't seem possible. I met quite a number of people. If there's people that are good at acting, then there's people who are bad at hiding things. If there was that many people, then there should have been someone among them who knew I was from public safety and couldn't hide their hostility. However, I didn't feel any presence like that. But then, even still, why did Oreo tell them to leave me alone? Was it because if they were careless about it, it would only raise more suspicion? Or was it because they believed a rookie like me wouldn't be able to find anything? Akasaka is a coward. I recall that strange voice which could only make me believe that Rika-chan had been possessed. That unknown entity, no matter how you looked at it, knew my true identity from the get-go. And then, how did it warn me again? That's right. It warned me to hurry up and go back to Tokyo. Instead of the realistic worry that the Onikafuchi Defense Alliance had discovered my identity, the absurd worry brought on by the unknown girl stuck with me more. What exactly was that girl? What was the thing I would eventually regret? That mysterious girl, Rika Furude. Let's stop this. Everything I was thinking of right now is merely conjecture. Tomorrow, first thing in the morning, I'll report everything I heard right now to HQ and await further orders. There was no mistaking that the possibility that the Onikafuchi Defense Alliance were related to this case was there, and that the fact that my cover was blown meant I was in a precarious position. But as everybody at HQ was already extremely busy, they might not be able to spare the support.
Is that everything? Or sorry.
Is that everything? If you want, I can drop you off wherever you like.
Sorry. In that case, the station where we originally met, please.
A rural road where even a streetlight was rare. I couldn't see anything. I wasn't aware of anything but the asphalt that was lit up by the headlights. Outside of that light, was it simply darkness? Or was there something lurking there, waiting to strike? I had to think I drew the short straw here. I wanted to go back to Tokyo. For some reason, the voice of the girl warning me to go back to Tokyo still lingered in my head.
Honestly, you should probably listen to it.
Yeah.
For, like, multiple reasons.
Yeah. End of chapter, I think.
Probably. We already have the half chapter remark.
Yep.
Yeah, end of chapter.
Hot damn, few new tips. Mahjong
You're
Prodigy.
so
Sean
cool.
Prodigy.
I mean, he did pretty good at that fucking mahjong.
Whoa.
I think
Wait.
this is. Did you hit all of them?
Did I? Oops.
You had to have. 'Cause
Wait,
there was only like 3 new trips.
Yeah, wait. Hold on. Few new tips. There we go. Okay.
There we go.
That's
There we
better. Want to take
The
over some...
investigation runs aground.
What was that for?
take over some, any, narration?
Sure, if you want me to.
Yep. Yeah, yesterday when we met at the restaurant in Ginza, the topic popped up.
It's overstepping their boundaries, isn't it? They're meddling too much with public safety. If they keep doing that, they're going to set a bad precedent.
Seems the minister and you guys openly uncomfortable with the way public safety is doing things. The vice minister is probably going to say something to that effect during Monday's debate session. But what can you do?
We can only have the director address the vice minister. That's why we pay him the big bucks.
Well, if it comes to that, they're going to ask him for proof that the minister's being threatened.
Sometimes I don't know what side he's on. If it's not on ours, then what?
Well, he's probably getting some pressure from the minister. We'll probably just have to proceed with the investigation while he sweats it out in the vice minister's office and buys us some time. He might get us so wrung out to dry that all will be left with dregs, though. So how's the investigation going?
All the juicy leads I was pinning my hopes on turned out to be duds. Honestly, I'm at a loss.
The reports of the Hinamizawa Dam project have been showing up a lot lately in the minister's press releases, so what about that?
Well, you say showing up, but it's really more of a very slight feeling that something's strange. He just happened to mention it during his speech at the XX Prefectural Forum, so it might have been something that he was mentioning because it was relevant at the time.
If I remember correctly, a local organization there was protesting quite violently, no? The Onigafuchi Defense Alliance. I think Akasaka-kun was investigating that.
I think those guys could possibly be behind what's happening right now. Even if we can't say there's anything overtly suspicious about them, it might not be prudent to remove them from the picture. Akasaka reported in passing that he couldn't deny that possibility.
Then isn't there merit in investigating them? We're going through everything with a fine-tooth comb, so if there's one of those suspicious groups that are left, we'll eventually have to.
Well, they're not the only group we should investigate, right? We're talking about groups that are just suspicious as Onigafuchi. There's quite a few of them. None of the men, the time, or the money for it all.
I'll try asking for more details from Akasaka-kun. I feel like we should pay extra attention to this defense alliance.
He's reported that he's established a rapport with the villagers. It also seems that he's collaborating with the local police.
Keep your contact with Akasaka-kun in the down low. Also, if there's anything in his info that merits investigation, it's possible we can send reinforcements.
Got it.
Ah, sorry. Chief Karaoka. There's a phone call from the director. Should I transfer it over here?
No, it's okay. I'll head over there. Yes, hello?
Goddamn, just my luck. The one that didn't have any fucking... Okay.
Yes, all that narrating I did.
God damn it.
What's in
There you go, here you
the
go.
box?
Here you go.
Here you go. This is gonna be another one of those fucking monologue ones.
Oh, 100%. Do you believe that there are choices in life? There are many people who lament the following. There only existed points in life where there were clear choices to make. We'd be able to scrutinize those carefully and make decisions that would lead us to a better future. Every time I hear people lament as such, I cast it off as a rather trivial worry. Even if you were given a clear choice, it wouldn't be meaningful at all, and there wouldn't be any such path to a better future. Is this hard to understand? Now let's pretend that in front of you there are two strange boxes. In other words, you have two clear choices.
What's in the box?
I want to know. Do you open the red box or the blue box?
The red
It's a
pill or the
red-
blue pill?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
totally took this from the Matrix.
Or no, what's that, like akamantle or something like that? Like Japanese, like, monster. That you choose, like, do you want the red paper or the blue paper?
Oh, yeah.
You're the yokai
And you
person.
die. Yeah.
A lot of things would be uncertain even without that of a choice, wouldn't they? If you don't have the option of opening neither, then your choice boils down to the natural impulse of opening the box that holds the better result for you. Then, after examining the shape and features of each and pondering the great many things, you have to pick either red or the blue.
Does this fucking make a deal? What's going on?
I don't know.
We're making a deal with the devil, alright?
Hmm.
If this was you, which box would you open?
Hmm.
Well, what the fuck is in them?
Yeah.
You
I-
haven't told us what's in the boxes.
Yeah, if we, like, if it's only based on color, probably blue. Just because I like blue, that's it.
No, I would go red if it was based on color. Red or blue. If you were to go by their traditional meanings, then red would be a dangerous, threatening color. However, that doesn't automatically mean that it'll be calm and relaxing inside the blue box either. In fact, it might be the colors that are a trap, make you be wary of the red box and have you open the blue. A trap? Could it be the contents of the box aren't a reward, but rather a penalty? See? Now you're at a loss. You're so conflicted over the choice between red and blue, you start wishing that there was an option to open neither and just leave. But there isn't. You have to open either the red box or the blue box.
You open this fucking box right now.
Oh, I forgot to say this, but if you choose one box, the other will disappear. So you never know the contents of the box you don't open. I'll just put that rule at the end there for you.
Okay, so it is, so it isn't make a deal.
Now, why don't you choose the red box or the blue box? It's alright. You won't lose anything by picking either one. Come on now.
What? Wait, we have a choice? What?
Yes! Open the red box. Open the
Holy
red box.
shit, we have a choice. This is a game now.
Oh my god!
We can do something.
This is amazing.
Oh my god, what do we do? Fuck! My mind is
Blue
blown.
box! Blue box!
Blue box?
Box.
What are we doing? Fuck!
Red.
Oh
Red.
shit!
Blue! I mean,
Yeah.
realistically, we quick saved. We can go back
Maybe.
and figure. see
Assuming
what we
it
got
actually
for
quick
either of
saves
them.
here and it's like, nope, fuck you. Or it's just
Yeah,
the same thing
sure.
either way. I'm going with blue though.
No!
Sorry. out. I already said what I was gonna do.
Chat! Help! Oh, dang it. Have you thought about it? In the end, you chose this color, didn't you? As soon as you chose, the other box disappeared. So you can give up the contents of that one, okay? That's the rule. Now open up the box you chose. Inside the box there was a stick of chewing gum. Now you're a little disappointed. Well, that's only natural. No matter how you look at it, it looks like you drew the dud. The correct box might have been a bar of chocolate in it for all you know. No, in fact, something incredible like a pair of tickets to Hawaii might have been in there. But even if you wanted to verify that, the other box had already disappeared. There's no way you can check now. But if you think about it from an optimistic point of view, just maybe, the other box was empty. And this box was the winner. And being satisfied, or perhaps not, with such a cheap prize, you pop it into your mouth and start chewing it happily. So, what do you think in the end? If you were given a second chance, would you try to open the other box? But unfortunately, the chance to choose between the red box or the blue box has come and gone, never to be seen again. The chance to change your selection will never come. Don't your parents often say, every choice you make in life only happens once, so choose carefully? See, choices aren't that great after all. Aren't you a little disillusioned now?
Oh, game. There is nothing you can do to make me more disillusioned than I already am.
God damn. Now I'm curious.
I would absolutely
Wait.
lose my shit
Press
If-
it again.
you either couldn't load this, or if you either couldn't go into this tip again, or if it, like, deleted your quick save.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Okay.
Set the quick load.
That's cute. That's true. No, wait. Nope.
No.
It did not let me quick
Okay.
load. Okay. This watch is probably the same thing. Probably doesn't
Probably.
matter. Red box. Do. Caramel. Oh, damn.
It is
See, you
different.
should have chosen the red box.
I like caramel. Though caramel doesn't
Caramel is
last as long
delicious.
or as chewing gum.
Wait.
Chewing gum doesn't last as long.
Oh.
Wait.
Whoa.
Oh. Ah!
Ah, excellent.
You.
Wait.
No, it's been the same up
Okay.
until now. That's right. The contents of the red box and blue box were a piece of caramel and a stick of chewing gum. I might have thought you made a wrong choice before, but now seeing them together like this, you can't really say that either choice was the wrong one. Well, I guess everybody has their personal preferences. We prefer caramel to gum, for example. I definitely think you're choosing to open the box again based off that preference. The choice you wanted were basically this. The selfish desire to open up both boxes compared to the contents, and pick the one most suited to you. But you see, reality is the same as this game. Pick one, the one you didn't choose disappears. So there's no way you can check the result. If at that time, if you had done this, perhaps if you had done that, then it wouldn't be so hard to imagine that you could be happier, or perhaps less happy, than you are right now. In the end, you only have the pleasure of approving of or being disappointed by the choice that you did make. But that's fine. After all, didn't you enjoy the thrill of making a choice? If, like now, you knew the contents of both boxes, then the choice between the red box or the blue box would have been just a waste of time. Because instead of this boring game about boxes, you'd be looking at the quickly changing evening summer sky, listening to the distant sound of thunder, and pondering if it's going to rain or not. That would be much more fun.
Damn.
What
That
the
was
fuck?
epic. I
Hey. Holy shit, we had gameplay. We had
Yeah,
gameplay.
what?
love it. Wow.
I think I feel like fucking Doki Doki just saw this part and decided to make an entire game based on just that one
Yeah,
tip.
basically, yeah.
God
Very
damn.
nice.
Did you
Okay.
want to be narrator again?
No, you be narrator. I
The
did it a
glint
lot.
in the demon's eye.
Oh wait. I guess I will be depending on okay, I'll be narrator again. Go ahead.
Wait, what? Who is this?
Just somebody. So.
Yes. So the wake will be from 6 p.m. tomorrow, and the service will be the day after, from noon until 1. The venue will be Okonomiya Ceremony Hall.
Oh.
Oh.
Deputy Mayor Ikazawa's grandson's funeral. What?
Yeah, this is different.
Oh, this is actually Oreo.
Okay, there's Oreo.
I see. It's deputy. Wow. It's Deputy Mayor Izukazawa's grandson funeral we're talking about. We have to pay our respects. Mion, I'll have you go in my stead.
Okay, got it. Should I wear morning clothes? How much should I bring for the funeral offering?
You can go in your school uniform. Make sure you button it up properly. For the money, 50. No. 100,000 yen. They've done a lot for us.
Mian quietly whistled and awed at the exorbitant amount of money her grandmother was offering.
Ikezawa's son's been a prudent person ever since his days as the head of the Okonomiya Municipal Office. Even if those government types pay me a visit, they'd always stay outside. But whenever I offered Izukawa's son a cup of tea, come inside and carefully listen to what I had to say. It always lent a proper ear to what people had to say. Others should learn from a person like him.
The two guests made a show of nodding, making it clear that they were paying attention as Oreo reminisced. The sight of them trying not to get on Oreo's bad side was humorous enough to elicit laughter from Mion occasionally.
How young was Deputy Mayor Ikezawa's grandson when he died?
11 years old, apparently.
Oreo closed her eyes and shook her head lightly, lamenting the loss of such a young life.
If I recall correctly, he said he only had one grandchild. How sad. There's nothing worse for a parent than outliving their own offspring.
You're really nice to other people, Granny. If Shion or I died, would you be this sad?
Don't be stupid. Saying something like that is bad luck.
Having got the reaction she expected, Mion cackled. The two guests, unsure if they were supposed to laugh along, instead forced awkward smiles.
We'll take our leave for today then. We'll be by tomorrow evening at 5 to pick you up. Until then, please excuse us.
After bowing their heads repeatedly, the guests left by the front door. Mion saw them off, waving her little hand goodbye. They're gone. It must be rough for them to pay you a courtesy visit, Granny. It would have been fine if they just broke out the news over the phone. Well, it was true that Oryo Sonozaki was a central person for both her relatives and the residents of Inamizawa village as a whole. As a voting bloc, they numbered in the several thousands. It wasn't hard to imagine the mayor would try to pander to her. Unlike Mion, however, Oryo was looking up longingly at the sky from the veranda. What's the matter? Are you going senile?
I just thought that no matter whose grandchild it was, I'd feel sorry for them.
Saying that, she let out a deep sigh. Mion was let down, as normally her grandmother would have scolded her for her attitude.
Mion, you know, that minister's grandson, how long has it been since he was abducted?
4 days, maybe? Oreo let out another deep sigh.
He may be the grandchild of our bitter enemy, but I still feel sorry for him.
Really?
That's enough of a warning. We should bring this to an end soon.
The playful expression drained from Mion's face, leaving behind a stern one. And then, as if to ascertain Oreo's will, looked into her eyes. Oreo, expressing her intention with only those eyes, looked back into Mion's.
I want some tea. Could you call for some? Some of that chocolate, too.
Mion gave a small nod, then turned around. Shimiko-san, are you there? Grandma wants some tea. Could you prepare some? From far away, a voice responded in the affirmative. Mion, after confirming she'd been heard, picked up the phone and began dialing. Hello? This is Mion. Yeah. Is my father there? Huh. And
Coolio.
that's it.
End of chapter 3.
Damn. What? Oh, you said you could only do one chapter tonight, right, Kayla? Okay. Then we will leave it here, I guess. Thank you all for joining us. Will we be back next week? How are y'all looking for that?
Good?
Cool.
Date next week.
Hmm?
Yes.
Okay.
I will be good.
Cool. Then we'll
Are
be
you
back.
rehearsing tomorrow night, Flynn?
No, this is off week.
Dope. Okay.
I'll be back. So yeah, be back tomorrow for some pirates with DM David here. Tomorrow night at around 7.
Shenanigans!
Shenanigans! But yeah, thank you all for
Yes.
joining us. And thank you again, David and Kayla, for helping me voice shit.
course.
Bye-bye.
Who can we send some love to tonight? Let's see who's on. If you're around still, JC, thank you so much again. Thank you for stopping by. You too, Toby. It's very good to see you. And Link. Hope you enjoyed. Ooh. Okay. Oh. How about send some love to Paintably Pog, who plays Kate, the former human, now synth lady. They're at Dee's Acres, which is awesome. A very nice map, doing some stuff. Probably a mission or something with the Struck Scouts most likely. So please send her some love. And until tomorrow, I hope you all have a wonderful night. And we will see you again. So you all stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. See you next time. Bye!
I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be in whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice holder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice holder, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler